Hey guys, PLJ Figs here, and welcome to my WB Money in the Bank 2024 predictions. Looking like a great card, and as usual for Money in the Bank, very exciting, especially for the Money in the Bank match itself. So yeah, let's get into the predictions. First up is the Intercontinental title match between the champion Sami Zayn and the challenger Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's been getting pushed quite well. Loving what they've been doing recently, even if he's the one that writ off Ricochet off TV. Excited to see what he does outside WWE. I kind of don't want to see him go to AEW because he'd be in the same position as he was in WWE. I would actually like to see him go New Japan of all places. What reminds me, I'm very excited to see G1 this year in the New Japan, but that's me getting sidetracked. This match, very hard one to predict because Braun Breaker's been booked so well and so strongly that I feel like it is going to be him that takes the title unless there's some sort of interference from someone like even Chad Gable, who obviously, yes, he's in the Money in the Bank match, but he could come back and, well, get involved with this match. You've always got Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser, who've been kind of mixed in with this match, obviously getting involved with Braun Breaker's matches because of obviously Braun Breaker facing either one of them. This is a hard one to predict. I'm sorry, Sammy. I think we're actually going to see a new Intercontinental Champion. You've been good, Sammy, but I'm going to go with Braun Breaker to be our new Intercontinental Champion. And that is two people who have both beaten Gunther, so it at least makes sense for someone like Braun Breaker to be in this type of match. So yeah, I'm going to go with Braun Breaker to win this match and be your new Intercontinental Champion. Next up is the six-man tag team match between the new bloodline of Solo Sikoa. Not too sure who his two tag partners. It's going to be two of either Tamatonga, Tangaloa, or the new member of Jacob Fatu. He's finally debuted, and what a debut to him on the main roster, facing the team of Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton, with Randy Orton eyeing up his title a little bit there. He thought we wouldn't notice, or it's probably intentional, with Randy obviously very close to Ric Flair's record of 16-time World Championships. Who do I think is going to win this? Could we see the return of Roman Reigns already? I'm not too sure. I feel like it would probably more likely be at SummerSlam. To be fair, it'd be deja vu if he does return at SummerSlam, because that's how this whole thing started with Roman Reigns. He returned at SummerSlam, won the title in the next pay-per-view, and God, that was back in 2020. God, this storyline's been going for a very long time, and it's still been brilliant, and it's still brilliant at the moment, even if it's a bit weaker, obviously, with no Usos and no Roman at the moment. Obviously, you've got the underlying bit of The Rock could be the person behind the bloodline. We'll see if that happens or not, because a lot of people think it's probably going to lead to, well, Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania 41, what would obviously teased last year, but obviously we had We Want Cody movement. Thank God. It was just a bad timing. We want that match. It just was bad timing. But anyway, who do I think is going to win this? It's hard to tell because the Bloodline have obviously got the numbers. They've obviously got 4 people instead of 3. Obviously, yes, it's going to be 3 on 3, but it's really going to be 3 on 3. You've got another member, probably whichever member is obviously not in the match. It's going to be at ringside anyway. It's probably going to be Solo Sikoa with Tamatonga and Tangaloa, with obviously Jacob Fatu roaming about. Obviously, they've got rid of Paul Heyman, putting him through an announce table after Paul Heyman obviously didn't acknowledge Solo Sikoa as your tribal chief and wouldn't give him, I've got it up here, the lay to officially put him as your tribal chief. I'll put that on him, but you're not our real tribal chief. Who do I think is going to win this? Just because of the numbers, I could be wrong on this and they could overcome it. Sorry, Cody. Sorry, Owens. And sorry, Randy. I'm going to go for the Bloodline to win just about, either with numbers or Randy Orton turning on Cody because he wants that title. I feel like that might be, it would be Cody versus Randy at SummerSlam, or Cody versus Solo at SummerSlam. So yeah, I'm going to go with the new Bloodline to take the win on this. Next up is the women's Money in the Bank match between Io Sky, Naomi, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green and Zoe Stark. I feel like it's between two in this Money in the Bank match, and sadly, yeah, I don't have most of the figures. I don't have a Naomi, I don't have a Zoe Stark, I don't have a Chelsea Green, I don't have a Tiffany Stratton, and Lyra Valkyria doesn't have a figure at all, same as Zoe Stark actually. Sorry Io, it's not you, so you're out of here. I feel like it's between either Chelsea Green or Tiffany Stratton to take the Money in the Bank on the women's side. I don't think Naomi's winning. I don't think Lyra Valkyria, but that could happen. I wouldn't mind it. Io Sky, I don't think they're going to have a back-to-back, but you can never know. They might do it just to have the first ever women's Money in the Bank winner go back-to-back, because that has not technically happened yet. Obviously, we technically had it with Carmella winning the actual one and then winning one on SmackDown because of obviously James Ellsworth. But anyway, I'm going to go for Tiffany Stratton to take the Money in the Bank. I can easily see Chelsea Green winning it, and I would be very happy if she wins. I think there's three women in there that I would happily see. It would be Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, or Lyra Valkyria, to be honest. Would be the only three I would actually really like to see out of the six win the women's Money in the Bank. So I'm going to go for Tiffany Stratton to win the women's Money in the Bank. Next up is the men's Money in the Bank match between Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Andrade and Chad Gable. Very hard one to predict here as well, because there's, I think, about 3 or 4 people who could probably win this. Sadly, 2 of the favourites are in here. I don't think I'll win it at all, because I feel like there's going to be interference to take them out. LA Knight's probably going to have interference from Logan Paul to set up a United States title match. So, sorry LA Knight. And Drew McIntyre is probably going to get interfered by CM Punk, especially after the attack on SmackDown, not last week, but the week before. So, sorry, Drew. You're gone. So, I feel like it's between Chad Gable, who could also be gone out of there because of, obviously, the Wyatt Six. They could also get involved. Same with Jey Uso, they could technically go at him, but I feel that's more likely to be like, if someone's going to get involved with Jey Uso, it's going to be probably Bloodline instead of Jey Uso, instead of Wyatt Six, sorry. I don't think Andrade's winning it. Sorry, Andrade. I don't think Chad Gable was going to win it, even though I feel like he would be a good one to take the Money in the Bank, but he might go back into the Intercontinental title picture. He deserves a bloody singles title, god damn it. So it's between these two, Carmelo Hayes and Jey Uso, and this is very difficult because Jay's obviously got the momentum. Carmelo Hayes is obviously new to the main roster. They've been trying to build him up even more, same as obviously as Braun Breaker, but not as strong, to be honest. He's not had many matches, but he's had a lot of altercations, especially with LA Knight, with obviously Logan Paul, that going on. I don't think they're going to have 3 people get taken out in the same Money in the Bank. So, just because he's got the momentum, just because he's the only one that makes sense that could go for either title, world title or undisputed title. Sorry, Carmelo. I'm going to go with Jey Uso to win the men's Money in the Bank briefcase. And who knows? Oh, that didn't go as well planned. Who knows who he's going to cash it in on? But yeah, I'm going to go with Jey Uso to become the new Mr. Money in the Bank. And last up, we have the World Heavyweight title match between the returning Seth Rollins, the former champion, versus the new champion since WrestleMania, Damian Priest. Very hard one to predict, especially with now the caveat of if Damian Priest loses Judgment Day, well, he leaves Judgment Day, could we see Finn Balor? Because he's getting some frustrations with obviously Damian Priest. You've obviously got Liv Morgan who could get involved and either help Damian Priest or help to obviously beat him so he goes from the Judgment Day. And whoever wins this is facing Gunther at SummerSlam, because obviously he won the right to that at King of the Ring, and obviously being the King of the Ring, he faces Gunther. Same with, obviously, we've now got Bayley versus Nia Jax at the moment for SummerSlam, unless something changes, what I doubt. God, this one's a difficult one to predict, because some interference can happen either to help Damian Priest or to hinder Damian Priest, especially when he doesn't want Judgment Day getting involved with his matches, but they still be getting involved with his matches. I could easily say Seth Rollins to win this, and there goes Damian Priest. He's gone from the Judgment Day, and that would be the last. If Rhea Ripley's out as well, even though she's not really, she's just out with the injury, obviously, that would be, for that time, no original Judgment Day members in the group. Because obviously Edge is already gone, Rhea and Damian Priest were obviously original members, but to be fair, Damian Priest was the original member, obviously, with being with Edge, because he was the first one to turn and help Edge. Just because of that caveat, sorry Seth, I'm going to go with Damian Priest to retain, but I would not be surprised if Seth wins and he gets, well, pretty much given to Gunther to be beaten and have another new World Heavyweight Champion. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised Gunther's going to win at SummerSlam. I'm not too sure about the Damian Priest versus Gunther, because it's heel versus heel. But then Damian Priest has been kind of like in the middle of being a heel and a face. He's been kind of an anti-hero a little bit, but only because he's trying to be noble since he's been champion. But yeah, I'm going to go for Damian Priest to win, but I would not be surprised Seth winning because of interference, or Seth losing because of interference. So yeah, that was my Money in the Bank 2024 predictions. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.